What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. It is Friday, September 29th, 2023, and I have an emergency alert to share with you guys. Right now, it is 12:27 p.m. Eastern Time here in the United States, and I wanted to give you an update on these Russian civil defense exercises that are going to be taking place on October the 3rd. I first broke this story late last night, and we have some more detailed information coming out this morning. So apparently, this is going to be a full-fledged nuclear war exercise that the Russians are going to conduct across the entire Russian Federation, across their entire country. Okay, a nuclear war exercise. Okay, literally the day before, the US is going to be conducting a nationwide emergency alert system test, which, by the way, I'm going to be live streaming during that test starting at around 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm going to stream throughout the entire event, okay? And the emergency alert system test is going to start at 2:20 p.m. Eastern Time on October the 4th. So I'm going to start streaming about 45 minutes before the start time. So check out my live stream and we'll hang out together and see what happens with that nationwide emergency alert system test. But it's definitely not a coincidence that Russia is going to be doing a nationwide nuclear war exercise the day before. This is very, very concerning, guys. And what's also very concerning is that Putin is going to be going to China in October to speak with Xi Jinping. Now, the last time he did that, it happened like 2 days before the start of the war in Ukraine. He went to China to get approval from Xi Jinping to invade Ukraine. And now it looks like he's going to try to get approval for something else. What that is, I have no idea. Okay, but get prepared, guys. Things are really escalating. Let me read to you a little bit more about this nuclear war exercise. It's more than just an emergency alert system test like ours. What they're going to do is they're going to go through the motions of an actual nuclear attack on Russia. All of the Russian government leaders, it's going to be like a tabletop exercise where they're going to go through the motions on what to do and how to respond. But apparently, they're going to practice for putting the country under martial law and potentially the destruction of up to 70% of housing in Russia. Okay, so I'm going to read to you exactly what this document says. This was released by a Russian Telegram channel, and they scanned the original government documents that spell this out. So, staff civil defense training will take place throughout Russia. Such exercises for all regions and on one day are being held for the first time in the history of the country. According to the legend, the training will take place under martial law and the destruction of 70% of housing. Staff training, according to the decree of the head of Rospotrebnadzor, Anna Popova, is scheduled for October 3rd. As stated in the document, in the context of the weakening of generally accepted norms and principles of international law, the danger of armed conflicts the danger of armed conflicts involving nuclear powers, including near the borders of Russia, is growing. According to the legend of the exercises, general mobilization in Russia ended. Martial law has been introduced in some regions, and zones of radioactive contamination may arise. Complete destruction of life support facilities for the population and up to 70% of the housing stock. All those responsible should take part in the event, from civil defense leaders to heads of state corporations. The exception is the authorities of the DPR, LPR, Zaporizhia, and Kherson regions. All right, so this is the scenario that they're going to be practicing. Okay, the scenario is that There's no more mobilization, but there's martial law, and there's zones of radioactive contamination. There's complete destruction of life support facilities, so like hospitals and things like that, and up to 70% of destruction of homes. Okay, and they're saying all civil defense leaders and heads of state corporations, okay, like the Russian gas corporation, all the different oligarchs, um, they're going to take place in this tabletop exercise. I'm assuming, except for the regions in Ukraine that Russia has occupied, they're not going to take part in it. So this is the first time in Russian history, okay, that they're doing this exercise, and that's absolutely insane. I mean, um, things are really, really escalating, guys, and we had two nuclear war command and control planes in the air last night. Okay, one was out in the Pacific off the coast of California, and then there was one in the Gulf, okay, off the coast of Texas. So just wanted to share this with you guys. Things are really, really escalating. Also, I wanted to give you guys an update on those nuclear war command and control planes that were airborne the last 2 days, and the two doomsday planes that were airborne last night. So I counted as many as 50 emergency action messages yesterday. Okay, that is just ridiculous. And some people were telling me that there were as many as 100. Okay, which is insane. Okay, normally you get like 20, maybe 15. Okay, elevated is like 30 messages in a day. That's how much we were broadcasting right before Russia invaded. For the whole week leading up to the invasion, we were broadcasting like 30 emergency action messages a day. Yesterday, I counted 50, but some people said as high as 100. Okay. And if you don't know what an emergency action message is, these are nuclear attack options that are broadcasted by the Pentagon to our submerged nuclear armed submarines and our bomber planes. So basically, just giving out targeting information to our nuclear forces. So this way, they're ready in case they do have to launch. They have the latest updated targeting information. So also, these emergency action messages can contain what are known as Sky King messages, which are high priority emergency action messages, which usually they don't broadcast those unless it's like something very, very serious, like right on the cusp of nuclear war. And we haven't seen a Sky King message in very, very long. And in my opinion, I think they retired the Sky King message and they replaced it with something else, because I think they knew people were catching on to what Sky King messages are. Okay, so we also had a lot of Russian buzzer messages. I counted 10 Russian buzzer messages yesterday, and the Russian buzzer is similar to our emergency action messages. Okay, these are high priority messages that the Russian military sends out to their strategic forces, and it's broadcasted from the Western Military District. So here we have the Russian buzzer messages from yesterday. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10 yesterday on the 28th. And then on the 25th, we had a lot also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7 on the 25th and 10 yesterday. So something's going on, guys. Okay, things are really escalating. Russia's doing a nuclear war exercise. We're doing a nationwide emergency alert system test. It's not a coincidence, okay? You don't do a nationwide emergency alert system test unless you're preparing for nuclear war. Okay, that's the sole purpose of doing that. Okay, is to prepare for nuclear war. That's the only reason our government would ever send out an emergency alert across the entire country at one time, would be during a nuclear war, or maybe some kind of apocalyptic event like an asteroid coming from space or an alien invasion. Okay, So get prepared. Make sure you have a fallout shelter. Make sure you brush up on your nuclear war survival skills. Check out my nuclear war survival playlist. I have like 50 videos on nuclear war survival. Check out my How to Survive Nuclear War playlist. I'll leave a link in the top right corner to these. And also check out my website, NYPrepper.com. The link is in the description below this video for free reference information on nuclear war survival. This is a topic that I've studied heavily, and I am planning on writing a book about it if we make it that long and I have enough time to do it. But that's pretty much it, guys. I'll keep you updated. I will be doing another update very soon here, and I'll probably do multiple updates the rest of the day, so stay tuned. So take care, God bless, and don't forget the three P's: prepare, practice, and persevere.